Hey, Kitaholic Kit peeps, how are we all? It's Scrapper Names here, or Amy, as you may know me, either or. And I'm back with what would be my fourth design team project for June, using the gorgeous June kits, my second video for the month. And I am using one of the cut files that we were given this month. If you haven't received a cut file, let Steph know and she will flick one across to you. So there was 3 cut files. There was a Mercat, which I'm using here, and there was 2 others as well. So what I've done here, I'm using one of the pattern papers, which is the pink one that we got with the white spots. You can't quite see it, I don't think. I can't quite see it very clearly on my camera here, but you'll see it in the close-ups, I guess, later on. But what I had to do was, because I used a thicker cardstock and didn't have probably the right cut level on my blade. I'm still getting used to everything on the Silhouette Cameo, so forgive me, I'm not using probably the technical term. I had to pop out the little scaly bits there at the end on the tail of the mermaid bit. So what I decided to do, apart from watercoloured the top with the purple watercolour, then I have gone and made like a shaker pocket there on the tail. So basically got a piece of acetate, which I have cut up a piece of the fuse tool pockets that I have, because I have a fuse tool as well. And I'm the gal with all the tools. What can I say? That doesn't necessarily use them all. Eek. You know, guilty as charged, aren't we all? Anyway, so then I measured it up, the acetate piece, cut it out and glued it down, and then have basically stuck the just plonked the sequins onto the pattern paper and stuck the cut file over the top. Now, it was a really finicky process, and I needed to use glossy accents to really get it to stick down to the pattern paper. So that's what I ended up doing. That sounds a really simplistic way of how I did it, but it was simple enough once I remembered how to do it. And I actually had to go back and look at the lovely Virginia's video from I don't think it was one for this channel. It was one that she'd done on hers. I think it was a balloon cut file. If you're not 100% sure of how I explained it, she does it a lot better than I just did then. And I had to go back and have a look at how she did it, because I had a complete mental blank, hence why I edited it out, because I was originally going to show you how I did it and then couldn't remember and had to walk away her video, and come back to it. So yay. You know, you have these wonderful ideas. I'm like, yes, I'll make the tail look really sparkly, like, you know, a mermaid. And I was like, I can't remember how to do this. So yeah, anyway, figured it out. Works. Fantastic. Done. And I didn't like that the top, the cardstock, that white colour, it just didn't work for me. So I painted it with as I said, the purple coloured, just plain watercolour from a watercolour palette I brought from Spotlight here in Australia, you know, a gazillion years ago. So nothing fancy there at all. But yeah, so what I am doing now, skipping ahead, I am going to layer up. I'm using 3 photos here. They are of my cheeky little niece. Isn't she just bloody gorgeous? She's just so cheeky. Now, this was taken at the beginning of this year in her backyard with their blow-up pool. She's not afraid of nothing. She's just afraid of nothing. So as you can see here, she's having a good old splash. There's a bit of a shock horror, oh my goodness. And then there's just like, yep, I'm loving this water. So I had these photos sitting in my photo box ready to be scrapped and went, this is just perfect for the colours and, you know, the bright tones that are in this kit this month, and just the fun, you know, the mermaids and everything that is just. And then when I got these cut files sent to me and I opened it and saw this one, I was just like, this is just too perfect. So that's what I went with. But yeah, so I did the multi-photo layout. I didn't know how it would work at first, and thought I had these 3 photos, and then I had another photo completely different to this. It wasn't a water one or anything. It was a photo of her as well, just a single photo in a pink outfit. I wanted to use the Mercat cut file, and I thought I would just see if I can make this one work, and if I couldn't, I had it as a backup. So I did, and I absolutely freaking love this layout. So I hope you guys do at the end. I hope it really does inspire you. But these kits, I said it in my last, I think my first video that I did for this month, and something about this kit, seriously, if you haven't got into this kit yet, get into it. And if your mojo's lacking, get into this kit. It really kickstarts it. Every time I've gotten into this kit, it just makes me want to create. But yeah, so anyway, layered these photos with some bits and pieces of just except for one, but the rest was just bits of the pattern paper I'd already cut into. That blue piece across the center was a piece I'd already torn for another project. So it was just great. It just worked in really well. I just chucked some layers together, just mixing some different colors from the photos. Just adding some different bright tones, even added some florals in there, as you can see. Oh, that one's, yeah. And added the rose gold sort of foiled, vellum? Acetate, vellum? Why do I get those two confused at times? To behind this one. It just adds that gold, sparkle to it, but it adds that real soft sort of tone, like texture to the backing as well. When I originally was playing around with the layers and everything, which I edited it out, this top left corner looked a bit naked to me, so I couldn't have that. So I've just popped this doily in behind there. I really liked how that looked. It just needed something in that top corner for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know. To me, it just didn't look right. It needed something to that corner to add a bit of interest. And I just had this half piece of doily sitting there. So I've just popped that in there with this Charms Creation heart. I love these hearts. Actually, I meant to jump on and maybe do a little secret order, because I think they had a sale on. Anyway, but the last kit, I think last month, had a Charms Creation piece in it, whether it was a heart as well, I'm not sure, but they're really quite fantastic. Quite like them. They add just a different element to your embellishments, really, don't they? There's just something they're different element, different texture, different look, all those things, all of the above. And I've added I cut it out, but I added down the bottom, that bottom right corner, I've added using a piece from the die cuts, the Dear Lizzie die cuts that came in the kit this month, the Hello, and then I've added, using the Doodlebug design alphas that were also in the kit, that Mer Baby, and then just adding some little embellishments there around that title. Now, I did go through and just sort of pull out some embellishments from the die cut pack, and then some of the exclusive printables as well that we get that are exclusive to Kitaholic Kits as well. As you would know, if you are a subscriber, we get the exclusives. If you're not a subscriber, so we get what you see here is me using, I have the main kit, which has your pattern papers in it. It has your die cut pack so for example, this month is Dear Lizzie collection. I think it's Stay Colourful. Sounds about right. So you get a mix of embellishments from that pack. You get the exclusive Kitaholic Kit die cuts. And then you get some other little in it as well, like wood veneer and your Charm Creation piece there, and other bits and pieces like that. So very much worth your money. And then I've got also the embellishment kit added in, so there's extras in there. So there's a really butt-ton load of stuff to use. Like, you've got your sequins there as well. That's all from the kit as well. Nothing in this is from my stash, just so you know, if you're new to this. If you've stumbled across this and you're like, wow, seriously, lots of stuff to use. I always have leftovers. Even before I was getting everything on the design team, I only got the main kit, I always had bits and pieces left over. So I'd always try and strive to kill the kit, don't think I ever really have. But yeah, so anyway, so back to my layout. You can always jump over to the shop and check out what's in the kits as well, so definitely do that. Now I decided to do, I kind of just went with some little clusters, 3 or so-ish pieces. So as you can see, I've got one in that top left with the big pink heart, and then a die cut piece, and then 2 of the puffy stickers from the Dear Lizzie puffy sticker sheet, which is actually sitting there to your left of my mat that you can see. I've got one here in the center that's just the ice cream, and then the little printable word that says "You make my heart happy." I'm working on another one here that's got the wood veneer heart, the mercat piece, and then that little like tag with the unicorn. It's got like a little phrase on it. Oh, that's it, the 3 little embellishment clusters as such there, and then the title itself. So I do sort of stick with that whole, again, that rule of 3 going across in that almost like a triangular kind of pattern, just around the photo. So there's 3 photos, 3 clusters, not so much 3 in this cluster itself, and that's cool with that as well. That's not a problem, but they all balance out. And I don't think it's too busy, even though the cut file is really big. I was at first really conscious of the fact that the cut file was really big, but because I think it's generally plain a white cut file with some elements of colour on it, it's not overpowering on the rest of the page, and the background pattern paper isn't an overpowering colour or pattern itself. So, you know, it all just seems to work. But as I said, I absolutely love this page. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I just love it. I don't know if you've ever had layouts. I mean, I've said this a couple of times before, where you've just gone, yep, nailed it, absolutely nailed it. This is one of those ones. And I'm getting better at using the cut files with the silhouette. So, you know, stay tuned either through these ones on my design team posts, or even just on my, if you're a regular subscriber of mine, and have followed me across here, you know, you'll see, you know, me using some more of my cut files. I promise I won't bombard you with just cut files, but yes, I'm loving using my new toy, my new silhouette. So I've added just some more of the die cuts, the Dear Lizzie die cuts, as well as some of the printables as well, the exclusive die cuts. And this little gold sequin piece came in the kit as well, and I've just used some glossy accents just to put it down the bottom, just to add a little bit of a, you know, a bit of blingy border to the bottom of the page. I was going to add something to the top right, because I kind of at first thought, does it need a balance off? But in looking at the layout on a whole, it didn't. It did. I didn't feel it needed something at the top, like a bit of a washi strip or anything like that. So I've just left it. It's fine. Yeah. Now just adding a little bit of a strip there for some joining, which then I had a moment of, oh my God, it's not going to fit. Which it just managed to squeeze in, and just using the washi, the Dear Lizzie washi booklet that we got in the kit as well, and just using this bright yellow just to bring in some more of the yellow that was throughout the sequins and some of the elements in the die cuts as well. I'm just going to use that to sort of create a bit of a background of my little journaling label. And I think I do a date stamp. So yes, I go through and I end up just picking a boring old date stamp. Nothing too, I think it's my Project Life one, yeah. The current sort of Project Life one. And using just some plain blue Memento ink. So sticking to the colour palette that we've got. The theme I'm going with of blue. I do some stamping of the date around that journaling label, and I'm pretty certain that that is done. So I will have some close-ups at the end here for you of my layout. But thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my creation. And as I said, do be sure to pop over and check out the Kitaholic shop to see what was in the kit if you're not sure, if you want to know something in particular, if you want to purchase something, or jump on for next month's kits because they do sell out very, very quickly. I don't think there's many left. Steph does try and increase subscriptions each month, but yes, be sure to contact her and don't miss out. What do they say? Run, don't walk. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you again with July. That's it for me for this month, but I will see you with very shortly with July's projects. My God, where's the year going? Thanks again. Bye, guys.